Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. Now, today the weather has been a pain in the backside. I was planning to go out and do some test launches with xHP with the AR1s on the back. And unfortunately, I've been hanging out all day and it's just still drizzling. So we're actually wet. And it just sort of dawned on me, maybe this would be a good time to test the xHP launches so that we don't snap an axle, because I've got no doubts that if we do a full power DCT launch with those tyres, I'm going to break something in the rear end. Remember, we were breaking the rear end with an automatic transmission, and a DCT is going to be much harsher. I've done a little bit of research online about the way that xHP launches. So it's got two launch modes. It's got your burnout mode and then a performance mode. So burnout mode basically brings the revs up and drops the clutch really aggressively, make a nice smoky burnout. And apparently it's supposed to smoke all the way through first and second, even at stock power. Pretty cool. Probably not going to be much point trying to do that today, considering I can just roll on in second and fry the tyres. So I'm going to just stick to the performance mode. Now, keep in mind, with performance mode, you don't get the you don't get the checkered flag on the dashboard. To launch in performance mode, all you need to do is go from the brake to flat out on the throttle. Guys, I think the rain's getting worse. Let's just go and give it a go. Hey. Also, comment below. I'm starting to like the spoiler a bit more. I was a bit off it when I fitted it. I mean, fitment is it's not a precision piece of equipment. But yeah, it looks all right. All right, let's jump in. The next thing you're going to see, I'm just going to film the dashboard and I'll try and screen record the draggy. It is just me, so this isn't going to be any official 0 to 60 times. This is just trying to work out how xHP launches and what the car does. I just thought I'd add as well before I head out. I've left the JB4 with boost control settings how it was from roll racing, so I'm 18 or 19 PSI in second, and first is only 10 PSI. Now I have that 10 PSI in first setting from when we did the record run with the auto. The quickest this car's ever done with the auto was 3.78 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, and I think that was about a 3.6 miles an hour. But yeah, let's just go and see how it goes. I think I've got xHP set to launch at its lowest RPM, which I think is around 2,500 RPM. So you'll see on the gauge, all I'm going to do is just go straight through the stepper. The tacho should get to about 2,500 RPM, and then it will start letting the clutches out. That's what I've just had a quick look online. Man, this is not great. Semi-slicks in the wet. Hey, it's going to be a good test. All right, let's head out. It started. Okay. So I'm just driving along. This is the road surface I'm going to do the runs on. We got no traction. I'm going to have to pedal it. But hey, let's just go and see how it leaves the line, because that's what's going to be important. Roads are wet. Let's give it a go. Oh, she felt pretty nippy. 4.1 in the wet. What? Coming back home, that was a bit of a surprise. We've launched quite a few DCTs now, and generally They're super aggressive off the line. I've launched, hopefully the camera's going to stay there. I'll just park up here. I've launched Declan's with xHP, and his is still really aggressive. He's got the M2 DCT. This is the first non-M xHP flash DCT that we've launched. In fact, this is the first non-M DCT that we've launched, and it's going to be quick. Obviously, we are in spitting weather. The road's not soaking wet, but it's wet, it's damp, it's moist, mildly moist, we'll say that. Traction felt better than I thought it was going to feel with the AR1 semi-slicks, but I think we managed a 4.1 second 0 to 100 in there. Let's have a quick look at these times. 0 to 100. So we did a 4.31, a 4.17, a 4.39, and a 4.5. That is draggy, 0 to 100, no rollout, no cheating. That's as slow as you can time them. I'm kind of curious to see if we broke into the 3 second mark on the 0 to 60 miles an hour. History. Oh, so close. 4.01, 0 to 60 in the wet with the wrong tires on. So takeaways. xHP in its performance mode, you feel the clutches bite, but they don't bite aggressive at all. The clutches bite like it's sort of how you're taking off from a standstill in a drive-through. Like the clutches, the way they engage on a launch is super gentle, and then it feeds them in what feels like probably takes two-thirds of a second to a second to be fully bit in first gear. In fact, I'd say I'll probably have a better idea when I go back through and watch the footage and watch the tacho move, but it really doesn't bite until like 4 or 4,500. So managing wheel spins, not too bad. In fact, that was probably a lot more consistent than I would have launched it with the auto in the wet. The auto, because the auto, when I'd spin up, you would just lose everything. Where this, you can spin up a little bit and you can just click another gear and it carries through. Pretty impressed. I never thought the DCT was going to be as fast as the automatic from a dig. But that's got me excited. I'm sure it's all going to go to pot. There's going to be heaps of tuning I'm going to be able to do. I want to review this footage and work out what I want to do with boost control. I feel like in the dry with these tires, I'll be able to run somewhere between, well, like I'm running 10 PSI in first, I'll probably be able to run 15, closer to 18 PSI in first on the launch. That's mega. That's way more boost than I could do with the auto. It's really weird the way the DCT transfers the power to the rear wheels, and xHP has got the program dialed in for a launch. I never tried performance mode. I never tried burnout mode. We'll save that for another video, but I'll take away from this, play with some settings. We'll have to get Dave in the car and some dry weather, and we'll do a proper 0 to 60, maybe sometime next week when I'm ready to swap an axle again. All right, guys, we're gonna end off there. Thank you very much for watching. 17T cars, surprising me again. It's awesome. Guys, thank you very much. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.